What's going on, guys? This is Elite Killer here, and I'm bringing you my new 5-piece striker classified build. Now the reason I'm doing a 5-piece is I'll show you in a second. I want to run the vigorous chest with it because the 6-piece, when I tried it out, it didn't seem to really make that much difference. Even when I put up loads of stamina on my build, for PvP, for the style of play that I play, it didn't really make a difference. So what I have done is I've switched down to a 5-piece so I can have the overheal of the vigorous, as this is especially good if you are working in a team with someone with the new 6-piece reclaimer, which I do have. I have Twitcher who does the reclaimer set, and it absolutely keeps the overheal there all the time. Now to jump into the build, guys, this build has not a lot of crit hit chance. Now you'll understand why, because we've got a good amount of skill, we can get that pulse going. It's not really a problem with crit hit chance and crit hit damage, even though the damage is okay there. Now in terms of skill haste, I am running 40% skill haste. So that's important to me because in the DZ or even in Last Stand or wherever you're going to be playing PvP modes, you want that skill haste to come back so you can get your heals back, and you can also get your pulse back quickly. Now in terms of the build, I am running a vigorous chest. Now that is run for firearms, okay, so it's rolled for firearms, vigorous chest, health, skill haste and ammo capacity. Now with that I am adding 2 mods, which is an electronics mod with skill haste twice, so 2 electronic mods with skill haste. Then with the mask, I am actually running a striker's mask. All the rest of the stuff is going to be classified striker. Now with this, I've got crit hit chance in there. You can change that. That's not really a big deal. You can put some more skill power there. The 4% crit hit chance is not going to be a big massive difference in terms of me fighting. So firearms 1386. Yeah, that can go up to 1402, but you know 1401 I believe. But you know, that's just one of them. Not really bothered. It's got high enough firearms on there. And then I've got damage to elites. Again, you can have any sort of resistance on there. With that, I am also running a electronics mod with skill haste. Now the knee pads, again classified striker, rolled for firearms. I've got health on these, so it's important to keep that health up as well, guys. And then I've got shock resistance, blind death resistance and damage to elites. And also again I have got an electronics mod with skill haste, and the prototype performance mod is a self heal mod. Self heal mods what I've got on every piece of my gear, which gives you that extra boost when you are healing. So my holster now, so I've got 1390 on the firearms, 1376 on the stamina, 1398 on the electronics, which is a good roll, and I've got the skill haste on there again to make it up to the 40% skill haste. And in terms of prototype mob, again it's 6% self-heal, which is what I've got on all of my gear. So the gloves now, I have skill haste, crit hit chance and crit hit damage. I don't put assault rifle damage on these. I prefer just to put the crit hit chance, crit hit damage and the skill haste, obviously again to make it up to that 40% so I can get my stuff back quicker. Now that's rolled for firearms also, 1382 firearms. Now with the backpack, I am running a striker's backpack with electronics, 1392 electronics on there. I'm running that for health and ammo capacity, so my ammo capacity is quite high. With that I have a firearms mod with skill haste, so not an electronics mod this time, a firearms mod with skill haste. If you want, you can put an electronics mod with skill haste there, that's not a problem, that's not going to make much difference. And then 2 first aid self heal mods. So that's again 2 first aid self heals. With my weapons, I am using a lightweight M4, 20.1k weapon damage. I'm using adept, deadly, responsive. Now I do have another one with responsive, competent, adept. They're about the same. I haven't really seen much difference in what's actually happened in terms of when I'm fighting. It's not that much different. Some prefer crit hit damage, some prefer the weapon damage from competent. I do switch between both, so don't worry about that. Now with the mods, I'm running the same mods as usual, 120% mag size, 4% crit hit damage, 5.6% rate of fire. Also then I'm running the 19% crit hit damage on each item, 19% crit hit damage, with some headshot damage in there and a little bit of crit hit chance in there as well, guys. Stability, that's not really important because the striker gives you that stability mod anyway. But yeah, so that's my primary weapon. Now my secondary is the custom M44. That's just because I like the sniper. It's got 170% headshot damage, which is good. Weapon damage 130k. Now I'm running brutal, prepared and deadly on this one again. So I mean, you could take off deadly, you could put competent on that if you wanted to. It's totally up to you. This does 2-shot to the head, guys, even just with normal headshots. I don't have to crit, but it is a 2-shotter. Now in terms of mods for that, I've got the same magazine, so 120%, 4% crit damage, 5.5% rate of fire. Then I'm just switching it up with the scope with the headshot damage and also the suppressor with the headshot damage there. And then I've got 19% crit hit damage on the underbarrel. In terms of the skills and abilities, what I'm using with this, I am using a pulse, which is the scrambler, so the concealed pulse. It only gives me 14.3% on each, but I don't mind that because if I flick it, it only gives me an extra 5% on the crit hit damage if I went to the tactical scanner, which is not a massive deal. And the cooldown time is 3 seconds quicker. You can see there, well, about 2.5 seconds quicker, 26 seconds on the cooldown. With the heal, I am running overdose. Now 159,000 for the self heal, 72,000 ally heal. That's because I've got the self heal mods on. They work really well with this. Booster shot is an option, but look, if you look, it's only 95,000. That is not going to make the biggest difference to me. It is a bit quicker, the booster shot coming back. It is a couple of seconds quicker again, but I'd rather have that overdose because I mean I am running vigorous, so I'd get an overdose from booster, but it's not, the likelihood is I'll be in the last segment, and that's just not going to get me up to where I need to be with that. You can switch that up. Sometimes I do run a box if I'm running solo. I take off the pulse and I'll run a box as well. The box is obviously not that great because of the skill power and the mods. I do run the recovery link. You can run any of these, it's not a problem. The blue survivor link is also good, but recovery link's cool. You know, that gets my my partners up, especially if you're running with the reclaimer. You want to get that person up and keep them healing you. In terms of talents, I am running critical save, combat medic. Combat medic's really important again to keep the healer alive. Precision and chain reaction. Now there's a bit of a thing with precision and chain reaction. You can move on, you can use on the move. Okay, that's not a problem. On the move's also good instead of chain reaction maybe. Even tack advance if you want to, but triage even, you can get your stuff back even quicker, especially if you're fighting in that box. The options are unlimited with this build. The build really does hit good. It's not an absolute shredder build, don't get me wrong guys. I've not spec'd this to be a shredder build. As you can see, my firearms only 7,808, stamina 2,936, electronics 5,205. I like to always keep at least 5,000 on the electronics. Now that is because I like a good pulse, a good heal, etc. And that's the best thing is to stay alive, guys. So that's the most important thing to me. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I really do appreciate all of your support. We've hit over 3,000 subs, which is absolutely fantastic. I am over the moon with the whole lot of support that I'm getting from you guys. We now have 8 sponsors as well on the page, which I really appreciate all of you guys. And it's fantastic, guys. Seriously, I hope I can keep delivering these videos and the streams, the live streams to you guys. I really enjoy talking to you all. So if you put a comment in the bottom of this video, I will respond, guys. I'll respond to every comment I get. I don't just pick and choose. I'll respond to every single one of you guys. If you've got a question or you want to run with me, you want to come and watch me stream, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on the video, follow me on Twitter, follow me everywhere, guys. Let's get Elite Killer out there even more than I already am at the moment. So yeah, guys, I'm going to play some footage now of when I'm using this build. So have a look at that. Tell me what you think.